Warning: this video may cause feelings of sadness, depression, and other unwanted emotions toward the Colorado Avalanche. Avs lose to the Edmonton Oilers 4-1, and I can't even be mad because this is situation normal foobar. Less than 2 minutes in, the Avs send a big red flag up the pole saying, hey, this game probably isn't going to be worth watching. Teuton's going to lose a puck battle in the corner to Cassian. The puck is eventually going to come out to Benning at the point. Benning just going to throw it on net, and Pouliot does a really good job cutting across. Going to get a great tip back across his body. Tips it up and over Pickard, just no chance on that one. That wasn't a terrible goal to give up. A tip from the high slot. Sometimes you're just going to get beat. You're not going to win every game with a shutout, so one goal is not so bad. In fact, it's not even bad at all. The Avs have a great answer less than 40 seconds later. Barberio knocks down a lofted, dumped-out puck, quickly realizes Andrighetto is going up the near boards. He finds him quickly. Andrighetto sees all the Oilers changing, rushes into the zone, beats Adam Larsson super strong on a stick, and goes 5-hole. Just a beautiful goal. Forget the core. Our best player by far has been Sven Andrighetto since we got him 11 games ago. He's got 7 points in that span and is one of the best players at seeing the ice for the Avalanche. Let's not forget, we basically got him for a borderline 4th-line grinder, and now we have a potential top 6 winger. Pretty good deal. Sadly, that goal is pretty much the last thing happy to talk about for the Avalanche in this one. Yes, the Avs outpossessed the Oilers in the first, and possession was relatively even in the second. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big believer in possession metrics, but they need to be used and compared with other numbers to make sure that the possession is the right kind of possessions you want. The Avs' shots on goal, in general for the first 2 periods, were extremely low quality. Most of the shots were coming from outside the point or tough angles. They weren't really getting high danger scoring chances. Whereas the Oilers, it seems like every time they were in the Avs zone, they had a wide open net to shoot at, and the Avs were just getting lucky with them missing or shooting it right into Pickard. Halfway through the second, the Avs have a massive defensive breakdown that was just painful to watch. The rookie Lindholm has the puck on his stick. He's going to fan on it with McDavid charging him. In the ensuing chaos of the turnover, the whole defense panics. Nobody covers the cross crease, and it's an easy goal for Draisaitl. When any little thing goes wrong for the Avalanche in the defensive zone, it's just a complete collapse. Everyone forgets where they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to be doing, and they just start backing off and giving players room for days to do whatever they want with the puck. It's not good. First period winds down, and with 2 seconds left in the period, the Avs draw a penalty, so they get a power play going into the second period. Whoop-de-doo. Said power play is exactly what we've come to expect from the Avalanche, and it looked like the trainer put all of their skates in cement blocks during the intermission. Absolutely no one was moving their feet, not even the puck carrier. It was just ugly. The rest of the second was a bit choppy. Both teams were getting some good chances, but neither could find ways to convert. Edmonton was passing it around our zone like the Globetrotters. It just seemed to bounce over their sticks at the wrong times when they had wide open nets. The Avs were getting some breaks, but they were just shooting it right into Brossoit every time. Ultimately, no goals were scored in the second, and that includes the majority of an Avalanche power play late in the period again that looked the same as the first. Everyone standing in cement. Do I really need to show you highlights of the third period for you to know what happened? Even though the Avs were behind, they got outshot by the Oilers, and it was just another disaster. Sure, they didn't give up 5 goals this time, but come on, at least try. When you're down in the third, the one thing you really don't want to do is take a penalty. So that's exactly what the Avs do twice in a row, and guess what? They get burned twice. The number of positional and miscommunication mistakes in their Avs own zone is astounding. On Colborn's penalty kill here, puck's going to come up to the point and across to Nuge. As soon as it comes to Nuge, that's where the problems start. Landeskog is dropping down to cover the cross crease. At the same time, Duchesne is coming up to cover the cross crease. Johnson ends up being caught in no man's land as he was expecting Duchesne to cover the man in the middle. Now there's nobody in between Nugent Hopkins and Kajula. Goes right to him, and it's an easy tip-in. You knew that was the backbreaker, but the Avs just can't let it rest in peace, can they? Avs lose a puck battle in the corner. You can count all 4 Avalanche players in the frame. 3 of them in the corner, the 4th one heading towards the corner. That leaves a ton of ice open. Comes out to the blue line, goes cross ice. The shot actually misses wide, but somehow, again, you have 4 Avalanche coming from the corner, and none of them managed to be the first one to the rebound. It somehow finds their way through them, and they get beat to the puck in the back of the net. The Avs have to be one of the worst teams at recovering rebounds in both the offensive and defensive zones. They rarely seem to be in the correct position, and when they are in the correct position, they never seem ready for the puck to come to them. So the Avs throw away another game on a weak third period effort, and it's almost not even worth watching the third period. Just live in a happy bubble where we only play the first 2. Other news and notes, this was Anton Lindholm's 6th NHL game, so that test period is starting to come to a close quickly for him, and at this point I think it's safe to say he's struggling with the adjustment a little bit. In 4 of the 6 games, he's made a pretty blatant mistake that needs to be cleaned up. And that isn't to say he's worse than some of the other Avs defensemen. He's better than some of them. But on the 29 other teams in the league, a player like Lindholm would be struggling to hold down the number 7 D-man spot. That said, I do hope they play him out for the rest of the season. Defensemen do take a while to develop, and maybe he'll find something that clicks for him down the last 8 games of the season. Thought of the game for this one? Can someone justify Tim Army remaining with the team this offseason? That is the end of this game review. Thank you for watching. Whether you liked it or hate it, let me know down below or in the Reddit thread. I'm Rudo3, and that was terrible.